Hello, this is Capture Fail of Gwathorn's Games, and this is the completionist run with Red Hunter on Lotro. This episode, number 7, is going to be entirely in Ered Luin. Because at this point, I think I'm close enough to the end, and also the right level, to finish off the older starter zones. So I intend in this video to finish all quests remaining in Ered Luin. Of course, there are more that crop up at higher levels, but then I'm going to roll on to doing the deeds of Ered Luin. So we've got some that you kind of have to do out of level order, some quests, because if you don't, you have to go through the same stuff, killing the same creatures more than once. So I'm trying to get to a point where I've got everything necessary for, what would you call it? The killer duel area. So there's a specific quest to take out particular types of goblins, and this is the place where you can find them all. So they're all gone. Now the wolves, like I said before, they are more spread about. But if you remember, I came to this spot to do these two quests, the goblins and the wolves, and couldn't because other players were taking all the stuff right in front of me. So now I've returned and got them. So that's handing in the wolves. There's a deed for wolves, of course, which I'll be trying to do this video. Now, I have to sort out the rest of the quests. If I try to put them all on the list, I'll run out of the 10 slots that you've got. But thank goodness it is 10 and not the 5 it used to be. But I'm now going to Thrasi's Lodge, which has one very low level quest. And a bunch of things that are in the Kelebdul area. But with Langlass, here's the first of his 2 instances. Mostly dour hands to take care of. Now they count as bandits for the Bandit Slayer quest in Ered Luin. And also coming to this place progresses a dour hand explorer deed. I would have loved to have an area of effect shot there, like Rain of Arrows, but it's not that time yet. Of course, developing the build for this character, because I keep switching the experience off and freezing my level, is going to take quite a while. Right, end of first instance. In the it's now the combined prologue for elves and dwarves that we're in on the epic line. Now there's a Hendraval deed, and right now a Hendraval quest to save a lynx cub in this cave nearby. This is the only place where there's a lot of Hendraval hanging around, so I'll be back here for deed purposes. Yeah, I'm going to go and search the traps for a dead rabbit, and it worked first time. Now I have to go back down here and get these plants. Because I've done it all one after the other, I don't think the Hendravale have respawned yet. Oh, I can see one. But this quest is lower level than anything else from Thrasi's Lodge. Right, now I just give that to the mother and wait for the animation to happen. She kills something, brings it back to the cub, and that's it. Right, now I went quickly to Duilond because I'm halfway through a sequence. Involves going back to Kilondim, but it started at Kilondim. It's about the departure of the elves from Middle-earth. So, hand that in. Now I can milestone back to Gondomon and carry on. I need to go to the undead area here mainly to get that gear for the guy in Thorin's Hall. I mean, I'm achieving the undead quests as well that I was given nearby. But the thing is, I can't go and do Keladul because I need to get this gear before I can get the gear in Keladul. Irritating thing is you've got to keep going back to Thorin's Hall every time as well. So that's taken out just about enough whites. Oh, one more. Okay, now I decided that I'm within the closest travelling distance to that tower way out in the high hills that you have to go to for the Elven discovery deed, exploration deed. So that's taken that out. It's quite likely that the only deeds I'll have to finish off when I've finished all the quests are hunting slayer deeds. So that was a ride back from my house to Thorin's Hall here, and in that gear, and there's two more, the Keladul one and the spider one. So I'm juggling the quests again. Things to hand in here at Glamier's camp. And I can pick up the spider quests now, I think. Yeah, put them all on the list. And that'll be everything in the way of, except for the rest of the prologue. I've still got to go to Wrath something. But this is the instance version of Keladul, not the open world one. It's fairly quick. Now I could swear that there used to be another boss dwarf that would come out from sort of behind me as I was situated then, but haven't seen that character for a long time. Right, a lot of things to sell. Right, but I'm down now in Keladul zone again. So there's that odd quest to get that bow. Also counts as one brigand. Now this is the open world version of Keladul. I've done the 2 discovery points. So all I have to worry about is these boxes and the gear. The quest for a certain number of dour hands takes care of itself. Right. A few more boxes to open. One more Hendraval for the deed. Right, 2 more treasure boxes and that's it. Let's go. Oh, got a bit too close to him. And if I ride out, I think there was just 1 respawn on the way back. So that's done with Keladul. If I go back up to Thrasi's Lodge, hand in the bow, and I've got another trip to make as a result of that. That's Duilond. There is a back way into Duilond, just ahead there. But may as well stay on the horse. At least coming back here gives me a chance to look around and see if there's any more ring symbols popped up, any quests I've forgotten about. I will look up the Lotro wiki for Ered Luin, looking for anything I've forgotten. But mostly a forgotten quest would really have to have its quest giver way off the beaten track, so they just don't see it. So there's another gear, and the last one is with all the spiders on the eastern end of the map. And that's handing in the last Keladul quest. Sell off my stuff. So it's the spiders and it's the main plot. There's the main things remaining now. And I decided on Rathtarag. Even though my list is quite full, something is going to get pushed off the list. Especially since there's also a deed here, a specific exploration deed requiring you to go around several places in this valley. One of them will only get done when I go into the other instance, because getting to it in the open world is very difficult. They're all elites up there, and it's not necessary because exploration in instances counts towards the deeds. So large quantities of goblins and tag. I just tagged, what's the name of the place? So it's gone now, but it's Game of Tea, I think, which leaves me with what is it? This place just up the top of the hill and the southern barricade. And there's another character here. We're both ranged, so we're sharing the prey for a fair bit, but I doubt that he's going to head in the same direction as I am, because my movements are guided by the exploration deed. So I'm heading towards the southern barricade now. Righto, take out the creepy crawlies. But I've hit the barricade. So I've got the Gazrip, the boss goblin, to do, and that's the last of the milk eyes. So it's Gazrip and one spider. Of course he has to have help, but fine. One spider, please. And there it is. Right. Done. Except for the discovery to make in the instance. I think it will be the last of the explorer deeds. So when I hit it, I'll also achieve the parent deed, Explorer of Ered Luin. And here is the instance that's going to lead me to it. Yeah, we get first goblins on the ground, melee fight. Then someone else takes them out at range. Now there's this archway. When I'm playing a melee character, I stand right in the archway. It's good fun with a champion to mow them all down. Right. I'll stand over here so that the ones with fire, the sappers, don't pick me. There's two of them at once. I always shoot sappers first before they get to throw their barrel. It's fun to see them blow themselves up. You don't need those two goblins that were on the right there. And one more sapper down. Goblins have captured a woman, and what a woman she is. Now, I ran up ahead of Avelthal to trigger those deeds, but I needed to talk to him to get any further. But you saw that I got some virtues because I just achieved 2 deeds at once. Now the gates are open. Right, and there she is, Sarah Oakhart. Dear sweet old Sarah Oakhart. Harmless old woman. Oh, they ambushed me that time. Sapper. Then you would stand in the middle of the fire. Yeah, I set myself on fire just to finish the instance. But that is the end of the prologue for Elves and Dwarves, the end of the Ered Luin prologue. Langlass has now handed me off to Barlam and Butterbur, who I will not be going to see for quite a while because I've still got Archet and Coombe prologue and the Shire prologue, and no doubt there'll be some stuff back in Swanfleet that I have to do in level order. Now, there's a couple of things to do on a second trip to the undead area here. Just need to get whites out of my way. Oh, I've started getting terrible lag at this point. Sometimes it will look like I'm not on 4 times speed because I'm shooting so rarely, but it was lag. Right, get those out so they don't interfere with the boss fight, such as it is, and my usual Heartseeker. Now, that leaves the spiders. And the the quests of Ered Luin are done. I headed for the gear first, because I thought that would be the nearest thing. It's always guarded by those 2 spiders. But that's the last of the gears. fifth one, and I've got to rescue Bercy the cook, and taking out enough spiders is just going to be incidental to achieving that objective. There we go. There's the normal ones and the ones that spawn because you're rescuing Bercy. Right, through the last webs and done. Yeah. Just got a few hand-ins to do. So I'm using my house again as a way to get back on the stable network rather than make a long ride overland. So I'm bringing the fifth gear back here, and we'll open the puzzle box. You've got to read the clues, and it's similar to the one in Foreshell. If you put all the clues together, you can get the right sequence. What is it? It says the moon is before all. The axe shines in the light of the sun, so you've got to do the sun before the axe. And the jewel is last. Yeah, you can't take the thing yourself. You have to bring it back to him. And the rewards, of course, because my level is so restrained, not spectacular. Right. 4 more things to hand in. And I think 3 of them are here in this little rotunda. And got stuff to sell. And there's only handing that sword to Celerant left. So I decided at this stage I would activate all the remaining deeds for Ered Luin so that I know what's worth shooting on the way across to Thrasi's lodge. Bears, no. Hendraval, yes. I need wolves, but won't get them here. Oh, and more bandits, which means more dour hands. And luckily this lot has respawned. And 1 dour hand. Okay. This is the last quest being handed in. Nothing but deeds now. Now there are going to be, of these 4 hunting quests, 2 of them are going to have advanced levels. So I think it's wolves. It's not the Hendraval, possibly the dwarves, but yeah, not all of them have a 2nd level of Slayer Deed, but definitely want more spiders, so this is the right way to come. And that was enough. Now, the only place in Ered Luin that has a lot of wolves close together is the place up the hill from Kilondin. It's unfortunate that that's where new players are also questing, or new characters, I should say. But it takes too long to go searching for them near Gondomon. And there's really nowhere else. Oh, there are some up in Fam something up to the right. If I run out of them here, but only a few. Now, I was largely spammed quick shot to do this since they're green. Okay. enough. So that's milestoning to Gondomon. Still need more Hindravale. And dwarves. Now up, if I go up to this little tower, there are always dwarves hanging around it. Normally you only come here about level 50 to find a Knight of Mordarith. But this time I could start here and come down into the valley where we've been before. I'm watching the dwarf count. But there's plenty of them here. Okay, attracted 3 at once. I think I was down to the wire decision whether to use a hunter or a champion to do this. But when it came down to it, I'd done a lot of champion work lately. I mean, I'm still doing a champion in a duo with Gwathorn. And I just fancied the ranged option. And you just saw virtue pop up because I finished that deed. I considered knocking off that last dwarf, but decided against it. So now, Hindravale. So I'll ride back to the valley near Thrasi's Lodge, because that lot should have respawned by now. I think when I've finished all deeds here, I'll finish the Shire off completely in the same way. Finishing the human prologue and associated side quests is a bit nebulous because of the fact that it rolls onto the higher level areas of Breeland. And the same with Swanfleet. It rolls onto Cardaland. Right. 9 more birds. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3, and they've respawned. Just in the time it took to go around this little area. So I've now got a blank slate, but there are the advanced Slayer deeds. So I'm putting those onto the list on the right, and those are the last 2 deeds left. When I've done them both, it will trigger the overall Slayer deed and the overall deeds of Ered Luin. It'll go clang, clang, clang when I shoot the last one down. But I don't have time yet, so I'll see you next time.